everyone, welcome to Transformation Arc podcast. My name is Rose D, Coach Rose D for that matter, and with me today is a friend who, of course, you've seen in previous episodes. I call her my mentor because she's really held my hand in this journey, and we are going to talk about transformation today. We're going to unpack, we're going to see what the difference between coaching and counseling is. I being a life coach, transformational life coach, and for her, she is a psychologist. So we'll be tackling these issues of the differences and where probably they handle these issues at the same level. Welcome, Mercy.
Thank you so much, Dee, for having me here today. Yes, and I'm looking forward to having a candid conversation with you.
It's a pleasure having you. You know, every time I meet with this girl, it's like I'm tapping new energies from her.
And
she's
it's
full of knowledge, you know?
Yes, and it's a refreshing journey to be here with you because I think it takes two people two like-minded people to be able to come up with content that can be helpful to other people.
You know?
Yeah, so that heart of you, or you have a heart of helping out and reaching out to other people, and I think I can relate so much with that.
This reflects you, like you are a giver. Mercy, I've seen the many things that you've done for kids in school, you know, in secondary school, even in other children's homes. I've seen you do all that. So when you give that credit to me, I just see it on the other side. But it's always good to compliment someone. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. And I think friendship should be reflective. It should be a mirror to me.
Or is it that we are attracting, you know,
You're
getting attracted to me because what you do mostly is what I do, and I think what I love doing is what is also, you know, attracting to you. I don't know.
Yes, because it's a reflection, and I think in one of our previous episodes we talked about friends who are reflectors.
Yeah.
They reflect what you do. They reflect your passion, your dreams, your goals.
Yeah.
And when you find you have such people in your life, it's good to keep them close because they challenge you to move an extra mile.
Hey, by the way, for you, you are a real challenger. Yeah. This girl,
Thank
I
you.
remember where you got me from. Like I was just sleeping in my bed, and you're like, you know what, you can do this. And I came, I tried it, and all the mistakes that I did, you're like, you know, it's your first time. The second time, it's going to be awesome. And then after the second time, what did you tell me?
Yeah, because you see, and I think now you're becoming a pro in what you're doing because there's something I believe also in mentoring. When I'm mentoring leaders, I say as a leader, first you have to go first. Yeah. There are mistakes that you have to do on your own, and when you learn those mistakes from a personal point of view, when you see those mistakes in other people who you're trying to train and mentor to become better leaders, you don't judge them, you encourage them because you have been there.
Wow.
And there's a price that a leader has to pay.
Yeah.
So I have to go ahead of you.
They say leaders make other leaders.
Exactly.
They don't just lead.
By example.
Wow.
And that is all about transformation.
I love that.
Yes.
It's like we've even unpacked the whole thing.
Transformation for me is just that journey of discovering an extra mile of who you are. Because you see, each and every day is the learning situation for each and every one of us. And there's something, I think, if I just go a little bit biblical in Romans 12, be renewed by the transformation of your mind. And when we are talking about being transformed, it starts with your mind. Yeah. You need to set up what you want to do within your mind. You have to visualize it in your mind. And then once you have created that picture in your mind, then now start actualizing it. First put it down on a paper, and then from there now start living step by step.
Yeah, and they say things happen twice in life. Yes. Once in your mind and also in real sense. So it all starts with your mind.
Thank you.
And I think this transformation, for me, I see it as a change from, you know, one form to another. Like for me, this transformational journey, since I started, it has been the best journey for me. It has been the best gift that I've given to myself. I keep telling people around me that it is the best investment that I've ever done. And I always sit back and look at those days when I used to get annoyed, you know, so fast. Somebody would do something bad to me and I would be all over, going north and south. But nowadays you do something to me, I'm just settled. I don't even react. I sit, feel the emotion, then get the solution to it.
And you don't have to respond to everything that happens to you. Yes, you don't have to. Because you see, now it becomes an irrational thinker or an irrational actor. If everything that happens to you, it's a reflex, you just don't even think about it. There are things when you say, they cannot be unsaid.
You know, that is true.
Yes, words are very sensitive.
And then you sit back and you start pitying yourself and, living in regrets over things that you have just felt and let go.
And going on a guilt trip that nobody can help you until you come to terms that, it happened. Now let's move from there. Let me learn from that mistake. And now let me learn that the next time something happens, I don't have to go just talking for the sake of talking. Yes.
There's a friend of mine, when I was doing my coaching training, there was an activity that we were asked to do. And we were supposed to have either a family member and a friend and also a close colleague write a speech that they were supposed to read during one of your functions.
Yes.
And if you see what my friend wrote, oh my goodness, this girl knows me inside out. She was like,
I read that.
You read it on Facebook?
Yes.
I shared by there because it was just true. That's me.
Yes.
I used to hold grudges. Like, you do something to me and I would just see you every time and remember what you did to me. I could forgive, but I don't know why I could not let it go. But nowadays, after this transformation journey, it's a process, yes. But I thank God for my forgiveness journey because I can forgive so easily. And I am not even carrying it with me. I let it go and I start all over again, such that when I meet you, I have a lot of love, I have a lot of compassion for you. I even don't remember you did that thing to me.
Wow.
But of course it takes a bit of time after forgiving for you to letting it go.
Yes.
Because of course the forgiveness and the letting go is not like part of it. The letting go is not part of the forgiveness. But I thank God for this journey. And I would really recommend people, just sit down with yourself. It all starts with you sitting down with yourself and just deciding this is not the way that I want to live. I would want to be a better person. And something funny, this journey brings you closer to God for those that believe in God.
Absolutely.
It makes you, be accountable of each and every step that you take to ensure that you're going the right direction. So it's something that I would advise each and every person to go about it.
And maybe just to get a little bit of what we call disclosure. For me, the transformation journey for me has really been something that has been, would I say, gradual for me. And it has taken a lot of strength, inner strength, and also encouraging myself. One thing you learn about people like us, we don't go disclosing everything. We don't go opening up to everyone. People will always see this happy person, this energetic person, but they do not understand
what is going in the inside.
And even when you're fighting battles and you feel like crashing and people expect you to be strong and it is eating you inside. And at some point in my life, I think there was a time that I began doing what I do, the school missions and charity events for pupils way back in 2009. But around 2015, 16 there, I hit a financial rock bottom because this is what I fund. Most of the projects I used to fund back then from my pocket. And it came to a point now I cannot be able to fund these projects. And it's like, I came to realize I placed so much value into what I did. I did not really now come to a point whereby I was able to separate the Phoenix and Mercy, because the Phoenix is the organization that I run with when it comes to mentoring and mental wellness. And that would go on up to 2017, 2018. Then I bounced back in 2018, almost around September or December. But one thing I learned during that time is you need to have a separate entity between your personal life and
your company. Exactly.
Yes. You need to have, like for me as a counselor, I cannot go carrying other people's issues and then they start becoming part of me. I need to have, I need to have a separation. I need to separate Mercy as Mercy the sister, the daughter, Mercy the auntie or the mother. Oh, we are coming there.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I know you're joining us soon.
Yes, and I also need to separate Mercy the counselor and Mercy the leader that I am. Because if at all I am not able to separate the three entities of what I do, then it means I will not be able to be productive. The other thing I learned is at some point I was with some friends and I was helping them do their work, and I was always there for them. And at some point I came to realize these people don't value what I do. These people just take me for granted, and they expect me to suck up to everything that they are doing.
Oh my goodness.
You know?
That's draining.
Yes. And every time you feel like you want to make a personal choice and you don't want to be there, someone seems like as if they're having a grudge. And that was something I was so attached to, and it kind of broke me. Yes, it kind of broke me, because I felt like at also some point I did not draw a line that I am an individual first before I go and become a helping hand to someone else. And it has taken me for close to a year to come to terms that, you know what, you are strong and an individual and a movement by yourself.
That's true. And I thank God you got to that point where you realized that.
And it's so funny, because one day I was sitting for my exams, and after that paper I asked myself, who is mercy? Who does God say mercy is? What role do you have to play in your purpose? And do you think you can achieve what God has set you apart to achieve if you keep on being tied to things that keep on pulling you down?
Yeah, by the way, sometimes we think it is a calling from God, but it is not.
Exactly.
It is just somebody who is trying to blackmail you and to earn a living from you, from your strength.
Yes.
From, it's just someone is using you for better of a lack. I mean, but for better of a better. I mean, for lack of a better word.
Yes.
And for the moment you realize that this person is actually using you, and you want to make the next move, it has taken you time, it has taken you energy.
Thank you.
But the best part of it is that you have realized it.
And actually,
you've decided to walk away from it.
And also what it does also is you have stayed time and energy. The other thing I found draining was your self-esteem.
It can bring you down.
Thank you. Because every time you start questioning yourself, am I doing the right thing? The moment you find yourself tiptoeing around people, the day I find myself tiptoeing around you, is the day I walk away. Someone said, know when your time at the table is over.
Exactly. And I thank God you got to know when your time was over.
Thank you.
And the funny thing, someone might be left thinking, she was not even good enough. People do not even appreciate the little thing that you're doing to them. So they'll be left saying, she was not good enough. Whereas you're busy there suffering in silence. But I thank God you took that bold step and said, my time in this table, it's actually over.
It takes courage.
Yeah, it does.
It takes for you to, you need to wear an outer hard coat, because this is something that's going to drain you, break you. It's like you're grieving something that you have held so close to yourself, and now you need to go through the whole grieving process of losing something, and you're feeling this is not what I was prepared for.
Wow.
So in other words, there is now a void that is left once you have detached yourself. And you need to start figuring out.
Did you, I don't know whether it is only me or you also felt the same way when you decided to walk away. What will happen? How will people think? These people,
I struggled with that for a full year.
But you know something funny? We forget that God has actually planned better people
for us.
Like for me, did I know that I'm going to make such a beautiful podcast with you? I didn't know I would have such a conversation with you. So sometimes we get stuck with people thinking they are our all.
Thank you.
But we have God has put others ahead that are going to make you a better person.
And it's all about learning about seasons.
That is true.
Yes.
And thank you so much for having us. It has been great having you, Mercy. Always a pleasure. There's no boring moment with you, by the way.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you.
Yes.
I appreciate what we share. Let's keep empowering more. Let's keep passing this information to whoever we come across. Let's keep blessing people. That is what I say. Keep subscribing, to Transformation Arc Podcast. We'll keep you posted on the next episode. Till then, bye-bye.